Hey guys, it's Siobhan with To Kitty and Beyond. Welcome back to my channel. I am an intuitive tarot therapist and holographic Usui Reiki master. It's a form of non-traditional Reiki where we see into the energy field and heal any imbalances from this life or previous lifetimes. All right, so today I wanted to talk about some of the current energies that we're in at the moment. So as of today, it is the super new moon in Virgo. For some people in the world, this can be a black moon. It depends on where you are, but a black moon is 2 new moons in the same month. And we have a double Virgo in this new moon. So the sun is in Virgo and the moon is in Virgo. Usually there's an opposition of energies with differing signs, but this time we've got a double dose. And Virgo is very much the planner, the methodologist, the person who likes to get things done. That Virgo energy is very much about prioritizing and being productive. So I've witnessed this in my own energy, and then I'm not an astrologer. So what I do is I'll intuit what this energy is all about, and then I'll go and research to confirm, and it always matches up. So what I've been experiencing subjectively through this Virgo energy is very much planning, organizing, prioritizing in all areas of my life. So I went and cleaned my car, I cleaned my house, I redecorated my house, I am going to the doctor and making sure that my body is okay. So it's very much about planning all of these things out. I've also cleaned out my junk mail and gone through a bunch of things on Instagram and Pinterest and organized them. So it's this very organized, methodical, productive energy. And I'm really thankful for that because as a Pisces myself, I struggle to find stability in organization in my life. I'm a little bit all over the place sometimes. And so when this Virgo energy comes in, I'm like, oh, thank God, I really needed to get my shit together. So thank you, fellow Virgos, and happy birthday to all the Virgos that are celebrating their birthday this month. Or if you've already had it, happy belated. And I hope that you guys are dealing with this energy okay, because basically what's going on is not only do we have the new moon right now, and it is a super moon because the moon is at its closest to the earth, but we also have solar storms. So I've been talking about this a little bit over the past couple days, and we originally, spaceweather.com was reporting that the solar storms would be G1 in class, which is fairly minor, and they've now just upgraded them to G2. So it's coming in a little bit more powerfully than expected. And on top of that, spaceweather.com is reporting that there's a crack in Earth's magnetic field, and that a lot of this solar energy is coming in even when it wasn't expected. So there's lots of auroras that are taking place, and you may even be seeing auroras if you live in the States. So I think that they mentioned Minnesota, Michigan, Montana, and Washington are on aurora alert, and that's not like a negative thing. It's beautiful. Enjoy it. It's these beautiful aurora borealis light shows coming in as all of this solar wind arrives and interacts with our geomagnetic field. So not only is it interacting with the Earth's magnetic field, but it's also interacting with our magnetic field. We each have our own individual magnetic field, and it's connected to the Earth. So when these energies come in, these waves of solar light from the sun, and all of these solar storms, it throws everything a little bit out of whack temporarily. And it's not a bad thing because it allows us to clear out a lot of the unwanted stuff that we have within our energy fields, within the earth field, and as Virgo would have it, in the physical realm as well, so the home and the body. So all of these things are coming up to be released and cleared out as these energies come in, but it does cause a little bit of imbalance, I want to say. So ascension symptoms, I'm sure you guys are all aware of. There's various different ones, and it all depends on where you're at in your energy field and how you interact with these frequencies that are coming in. So everybody's going to experience slightly different ascension symptoms, but we can have ones that are more common, those being ones that I've mentioned previously, like vertigo, nausea, lack of sleep or needing a lot more sleep than normal, changes in appetite and mood, feeling spacey, ungrounded, irritability, anger, sadness. All of these different things are fairly common symptoms. And then there's other ones as well, like what I'm having itchy ears. I'm having tingling on the top of my head, which is my crown chakra, receiving a lot of these frequencies and integrating them into my field, as well as emotional purging of past life stuff. That's also fairly common. And for myself as well, I have a struggle eating when these energies are so intense. It's almost as if I've drank 10 cups of coffee and I'm jittery and I'm scatterbrained and I'm kind of all over the place and I have no appetite for food. And yet my body is tired, but my mind, my energy is just absolutely wired. And that's because of these frequencies that are coming in. They're quite powerful and we are receiving them. If you can imagine it like you are a giant antenna and you constantly receive and transmit frequencies, while all of these really intense solar frequencies are coming in through our atmosphere and through this crack in the magnetic field, and we are receiving them big time. So really go easy on yourself right now. If you're feeling a little bit down or disconnected, that's completely normal as well. So as we go through these intense energies, a lot of the time what can happen is that it's causing the lower vibrational stuff within our field to be shaken. And as it shakes, it comes to the surface. And it's coming to the surface to be seen, to be felt, and then to be released. So if you're feeling sad, if you're feeling angry, if you're struggling with these sort of lower vibrational emotions, just honor the process. Don't get stuck in the emotion itself. Just observe it. Try to be as objective as possible and allow it to be released. And on top of that, when we go through these shifts like that, and when we're doing these purging rituals and cycles, we can feel a little bit cut off from our guides, from spirituality, and from our loved ones around us. And that's because we are in the process of recalibrating. So it's kind of like when you download something onto your phone or you're downloading an update to your system. You have to give it time to process. You can't be going and doing all of these different functions while something is trying to download and update or upgrade, because it's hard on the system. So you kind of need to take some time and some space for yourself to allow these updates and upgrades to simply take place and honor whatever it is that needs to go in the junk bin, basically. So we can heal ourselves through this acceptance and through this awareness. And it's also important that we give other people benefit of the doubt through these shifts as well. So it's not only us, our own personal self that is experiencing these shifts, these emotions, these ascension symptoms, this energy. Everyone is feeling it, and everyone's going to feel it in a slightly different way, but everyone feels it, whether they realize it consciously or not. And so everyone's being affected by it. And even those who are unaware of it, at a spiritual level, at a consciousness level, they are still integrating this energy as well. So people, they can get frustrated and irritable and impatient and angry and, downright upset. There's flare-ups that occur, and it's not only within ourselves, it's within everyone. So we do just have to give people the benefit of the doubt if we're experiencing this in our lives and the people around us. Just try to be as understanding as you can. And having this context and knowing that what's going on is happening around us, through us, and due to these solar storms, this energy and the new moon, we can be a little bit more compassionate to other people and to ourselves, because we understand that it's all part of the process and that it is essential for these energies to be able to integrate and for us to be able to rise higher. So after these energies integrate, probably around, let's see. Now this is just a guesstimate. Oh my God, I hate that word. I can't believe I just said it. But probably around, a week from now, things will start to settle down. And then around the 13th of September, we have a full moon. And it's Friday the 13th actually as well, which is interesting. That's my lucky day. So, you know what? On that note, let me talk about that real quick. How we perceive something will shift the energy of it. So when a lot of people hold a belief that Friday the 13th is unlucky, especially if you hold this belief or if you're aware of it, even if you don't really kind of go either way, you can still experience symptoms of this bad luck belief. But it's not that the day is bad luck, because it's not. Friday the 13th can be anything that you want it to be, but we are co-creators. So when a lot of people believe in a certain thing, it sort of sways the energy in that direction. But it's all due to our belief, our focus, and the energy that we're putting into it. So my mom always told me when I was young, I'd be like a little bit afraid to go to school on Friday the 13th because I was like, what's going to happen? It's going to be bad. It's going to be a bad day. And my mom said, you know what? It's only a bad day if you believe it's a bad day. So how about we make Friday the 13th our lucky day? And I was like, that's a fun idea. Let's try it out. So that day I went to school and it was Friday the 13th. I ended up having a really good day. I think I was in grade 4 or 5, but I remember that day because it was a really good day. And ever since then, I've believed and set my intention that Friday the 13th is a lucky day. And ever since then, it always has been because I invested and set that intention with my energy. So if we do this as a collective, not only for Friday the 13th, but for everything in general, if we just simply expect and set our intention for the highest possible outcome of everything, we can change the world. You are not one person. You are part of the collective. We are all part of the collective, and we are co-creators. So it's really about being aware that we're co-creators. And the world is waking up. Slowly but surely, not everyone is aware yet, but this awareness is growing. The 100th monkey effect is taking place. People are waking up, people are becoming more aware, and it's spreading like wildfire in the Amazon. So you know what? We can stop that wildfire with our co-creation as well. And I talked about this where there was group meditations and they brought rain. They brought rain to help put out the fires. So this is an example of what we can do as a collective. We are powerful as individuals, but we are extremely powerful as a collective. We are a God consciousness in fractalized form. We have the ability to be able to manifest the life and the earth that we want. And it's gotten a little bit off track in the past, but that's no longer where we're heading. We're moving out of that now. So keep your faith, keep your belief, keep the unconditional love within your heart for yourself and for all of those around you, and especially those who are not yet aware or awake, as we deem it in the spiritual community. So, when we all wake up together, that's when things can really start to shift. So we have to hold space for those who are still in the state of unawareness, because their time will come when they're ready. And it's not our place to force them, but we can hold space for them to allow them when they're ready to become awake and aware. So I think that's everything I wanted to talk about today. Also the technological issues, right? I almost forgot. So as these energies stream in, and because they're so intense coming through this crack in the field, there's been a little bit of glitching and issues with technology, I've noticed. Not too bad, but just little things like texts not sending, or emails just kind of getting lost, or little things, websites not working, and all of a sudden like the Wi-Fi is down and then it's back up, and LTE is not working. It's just these little technological glitches, because just like we are affected by the electromagnetic field, so is technology. These are electromagnetic pulses which can influence and kind of cause technology to go down temporarily. If this was big enough, it would wipe out all the technology on the planet. But that's not something that we have to worry about, because we are being shielded from that level of influence from the sun. So that's not something to worry about. If there are fears within you around this sort of catastrophe timeline, then it's coming up for a reason. It's coming up because it needs to be healed within us as a collective, because this collective fear is what creates, right? Just like Friday the 13th, if you believe in it, if you fear it, you create it. So we have to be very conscious as co-creators, not to fall into the old paradigms of cataclysm, catastrophes, rapture, what's another one? The apocalypse. This is not the timeline that we're choosing to be on. Because guess what? We get to choose. And if you choose to be on that, then not only is that not good for you, it's not good for anybody else either. So we have to work together here to set our intention and clear out the fear around catastrophe and to focus on the highest possible outcome. That is really what we're here to do, especially as starseeds, especially as light workers and as awakened individuals within the Earth Collective. This is our responsibility. With great power comes responsibility. So I honor you all for your part that you are playing in the collective ascension of Earth and through these intense energies. Thank you for honoring yourself. Thank you for honoring other people in their journey, no matter what it may look like to you on the outside. It's holding the unconditional love and space for everyone, including ourselves, physically, emotionally, and energetically. All right, guys, I love you. That's it for today. If you guys would like to book a personal reading or a Reiki healing session with me, all of the information will be in the description box below. The Reiki sessions in particular can be really beneficial around this time because it will help to really clear out all of those fears and all of those things that are contributing to the imbalance that we experience through these energies. All right, guys, I love you. We'll see you next time. Bye.